You're mad at me, so you lied about being pregnant. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. You're watching Just a Mom That Sims. I'm KT, and I'm here today for another twist of fate adventure. So, if you like to have fun and you like a good story, please consider liking, subscribing, following, commenting. Just do all the things. Now sit back, relax, and get ready for an explosive episode. I am here with Desmond, who is looking pretty tense. I'm going to have him come over and order food because he is a little bit hungry, and his best friend Jai is here. He's telling his friend Jai that he's got some drama that he's got to fill him in on. But for now, Desmond's gonna come and sit here. You can see Michelle is in the restaurant, and I'm going walls down. It is quite a storm here in Tamarang today, and it matches what's going on. Michelle's mood is swinging all over the place. When you first saw her, she was quite upset because she overheard Harley telling Desmond that she's pregnant. Michelle is pregnant as well. What Michelle did was came back to Tamarang to her grandmother's house when she heard that confession. She decided that she needed to regroup. She needed to come to terms with her feelings. Desmond and Harley are engaged, but now Michelle is pregnant and she never thought she would be. She can't pretend like hearing that Harley is pregnant doesn't affect her, because it absolutely does. She knows that she has to tell Desmond. Michelle is just asking him now about family and children, and Desmond kind of had the baby bassinet with the line through, and it even made Desmond cry thinking about what Harley told him. But yet and still, despite his feelings, Michelle has to tell Desmond. She is going to share the big news at this point, and we will see how Desmond takes it. That he never thought that he would have two sons pregnant at the same time. Michelle understands that part. She's crying. She's a little bit upset. And he's just saying that the position that he's in, he's not comfortable with that. But she's going to tell him that she wants to keep the baby because he knows her secret, knows that she never thought that she would be able to have children. But it does look like he at least understands that part. T and Michelle have a not dealing well buff that says it doesn't make it better, but at least they are feeling the same way. I wish I wanted it. Desmond knows his being unhappy about the pregnancy hurts his partner. Desmond also has a buff for 3 days for broken trust from confessing to Harley that he cheated. It hurts Michelle to hear her partner complain about the pregnancy when she is happy about it. She's gonna tell him it's not any circumstance she would have dreamt up. However, she does want to keep the baby. Desmond is just trying to get his attitude together, trying to regroup. He's also tense from criticism he got from Harley, but he does want to ask Michelle how she's been doing since the pregnancy. He doesn't want to stress her out. He wants to apologize for his behavior. And the thing about being back to their original home in Tamarang is that everybody's shown up. So we saw Jai. This is Desmond's dad, Oscar. This is Michelle's best friend, McKenna, who knows about the baby. She is going to tell Desmond's father because she's just not in a mode to hide things anymore. Desmond made decisions. Michelle is pregnant, and now they have to deal with it. Now, Oscar is ecstatic about the pregnancy. So she's going to compliment his helpfulness. Seeing him accepted like that, I think it's helping Desmond. Desmond is saying, hey, maybe we should try to go to counseling. He doesn't know any other way to tell her that Harley is pregnant. So this is Michelle's best friend, McKenna. She is actually good friends with Jai. So she's going to ask how he's been doing. She's been getting to know this Sim right here, David. She has decided that this will be her next romantic conquest as long as he understands that they can't have anything serious. She's just kind of flirting around with him and talking to all the other Sims in the bar. And she thinks she's got him a little bit hooked. So she will definitely be approaching him. And the thunder is loud and that scared Jai. So Desmond and Michelle are back, and despite the negative buffs, he is having a shared joy and also good company from someone adoring somebody nearby. Desmond, oh, Desmond is more upset about the situation he's put himself in. And Jai has just been talking to his man on and off. They're having a few problems. Their friendship is falling kind of fast. Looks like they made up. Michelle is just going to eat and then she's going to head home. Desmond is at Michelle's house and she's just gotten home not too long ago. It's the early morning hours. Michelle is just realizing that, wow, I'm pregnant. Michelle's taking a nap on the couch. Desmond did ask to use her shower because he did chase her back to Chestnut Ridge. Like, they have to fly here. It is not close to Tumarang in proximity at all. So while she's taking a nap, he knows she needs that rest. So he is going to clean out her refrigerator and cook a meal. He wants her to have food when she wakes up. So Desmond feels really bad about how he dealt with the news of Michelle being pregnant. He has not really mentioned anything about Harley being pregnant. He has apologized to Michelle, but he can show her better than he can tell her. He's trying to figure out how Harley could be pregnant. He's always been careful all of these years. With Michelle, he had not been careful. He's thinking about that all these years she thought she couldn't have a child. He just wishes they had got married in the first place. He didn't ask to be left at the altar. He didn't ask for any of those things. That said, he is aware that Michelle made the best choice that she thought she could make at the time. And he's aware that in this specific situation, they made a decision together to woohoo and thus a baby. But only he can take the blame for woohooing with her and Harley at the same time. But Michelle is feeling confident. She's in a good mood overall. She is hitting a midlife crisis. A lot of that is just from the things that are going on. She's asking him, what are we going to do? What she knows about Desmond is that he is going to want to be an active parent whether he is happy or not. But they live pretty far apart right now with him being in Tartosa, her being over here in Chestnut Ridge. She's singing and all of a sudden he's feeling flirty. He loves her voice, but they're going to go to an early parenthood class and be right back. Michelle is going to take care of her needs. She is feeling like it was an excellent class. Desmond is saying that the class was all right. Desmond is working on this. Let's see, can he could upgrade her stuff for her. She's just talking to him and Desmond is telling her that really gotta talk about a lot of things. Desmond's telling her that we got to sit down and figure things out. He has really apologized for how he behaved at the news. He's going to apologize for how he's handled this. He's acknowledging that he should have done the separation when he said he was going to do it. It is very windy in Chestnut Ridge today, but Desmond is telling her right now that, hey, Harley is pregnant too. She just told me. Michelle's telling him, I found out. She's saying, I knew. I eavesdropped at your door. I'm sorry that you're going through that, but that doesn't have anything to do with our baby. She's telling Desmond, I didn't know this would happen, but this is where we are. Desmond is wondering how he could be close to Michelle and Harley. He would want to be around their baby as well. Desmond is thinking he could move. He had the horses in his mind, like, I could move to Chestnut Ridge, but then how could he be close to Harley? So they have both agreed to get some rest and to rehash this discussion later tonight after they both got some rest. Michelle is very hungry. We don't want any problems. She's got morning sickness, so she is going to get up to eat, but Mother Frances keeps calling her, and Michelle's friend McKenna has actually been calling Desmond. Michelle is having this conversation with Mother Frances, and she is enraged, and guess what? It is not mood swings, but she's got to take care of her needs. She wants to kick the trash. She is so mad. She tried to go kick her own trash. She's slamming the refrigerator, but she is going to eat because she just has to deal with this first. Desmond is going to come and he's up now. She doesn't know that. Michelle's going to clean up real quick, but she's got to tell Desmond what happened. And then she's going to go to the bathroom and take a shower. Desmond's cleaning up and he's been getting calls as well. Desmond's got another call. He is on the phone with his bestie, Jai. He is starting to feel happy about the baby. He just adores Michelle. You see that. No matter what the stress, he's trying to figure out how he can be near both of his children. Desmond is super angry after the call. And he wants to kick the trash, but we're not gonna let him do that. Michelle is sad and she's trying to calm herself down. And you may wonder what is going on. What in the world is happening? Mother Frances called Michelle and said that she had been in Tomarang and that Harley had come through looking for Desmond because he has not been home. She had been around town. She heard Harley talking, but she admitted to lying about being pregnant. Michelle is actually calming Desmond down. He is so upset. And now you can see exactly under the anger how sad he is. He's telling Michelle, I told you I was done. I am done. This was a ploy to keep me in. And Michelle had to clap for that. But he's telling her, I'm going to go. I'm going to deal with Harley. I'm going to be the man you deserve. Michelle is going back to another doctor's appointment and Desmond is going to deal with Harley. Desmond is here outside of Harley's apartment and he's decided to eavesdrop first. He is going to knock on the door. Now, he even thought about breaking in and busting her. He wants to confront her. Desmond is crying outside of Harley's door, but here he comes and he is going to confront her about the pregnancy. He's telling her, like, are you pregnant or not? Because Jai, oh, that's the other thing. When Jai called Harley and Jai don't get along, they're always arguing. She admitted to lying about being pregnant, but she said that Desmond wouldn't believe Jai. But you can see she's not denying it. He's just saying, what do you have to say? She's saying, my problem is you. I'm furious with you. He's saying, you're mad at me, so you lied about being pregnant. And Harley's saying, you've been traveling to see whoever. He's done. He's going to admit to Harley that he got someone else pregnant and they are pregnant for real, but he's not trying to hurt her in this case. He is just trying to be honest, so you can see he's queued up and delaying it. Harley's like, what? I pretend to be pregnant and you have somebody pregnant for real? And this is the first time we really see any emotion outside of anger from Harley. Harley is P.O. She cannot believe Desmond. And she's going to ask Desmond, like, do you even want children? And Desmond's telling her, I always wanted children. I didn't want them like this. He's telling her that he doesn't want children with someone who would pretend to be pregnant. Harley is going to express suspicions about his closeness with Michelle. She doesn't know who else it could be, even though he hasn't told her yet. Desmond didn't want to tell her, and you see this look. He's like, really, I shouldn't tell you who, because it's not your business. Harley has to go to the bathroom, but Desmond did lie. He said, you're worrying over nothing, we're just friends. But we know that that is not true. But why is Desmond doing that? It's honestly because he doesn't know how Harley will react. He doesn't want her to do something like confront Michelle. He doesn't want to stress Michelle out. He's going to again confess to her. He's going to confess to loving Michelle because he wanted to lie. He did lie initially earlier in the conversation. And Harley doesn't love Desmond like that. She has some feeling. Now he feels like, I've got to come clean. He's so hurt that Harley would resort to lying about a pregnancy. He's also relieved. So he's got these conflicting emotions. But he's got to be honest because he had turned into a cheater, a liar, a heartbreaker. You're a liar, a cheater, a deceiver, heartbreaker. And I want everything in your life, so I'm taking that song. I don't know. But anyway, shout out to whoever it was. He is going to apologize, but he's made it clear that he loves Michelle. Harley will not break up with Desmond. She feels like the babies would be a problem. She feels like, can we still have our wedding? Like, we could still have a picture perfect wedding. No one has to know. Harley is thinking to herself right now, she knew they weren't a couple. Desmond is thinking to himself, why did I let this go on so long? He's got to do what he has to do. They're going to separate permanently, and there's anger there. We're not going to pretend like it's not, but he does feel like it was a mistake to have gone with Harley in the first place. But In the end, he loves someone else. This is a Whims based series, by the way, but we're more into storyline right now. But I am going to have him listen to a little electronica for a second because I'm having him meet that Whim while Harley sits here. Their friendship is red, their romance is in the red, and she knows that it is over. Finally, she knows. He wants to be mischievous, but Desmond doesn't want a lot of Harley anymore. He's been very, very honest. Harley is telling Desmond, just go away because he ruined her wedding. Desmond is home and he is talking to Frosty. Then he is going to come and seek emotional support from Sandy, his horse. We're still in training hours, so he will send Frosty for agility training. And then he will send Sandy. Sandy, he finally got his last level 10 skill. So there is no training you can send Sandy to. Oh gosh, is that an infant in the kitchen tearing up stuff? Absolutely, it's an infant. So we've got a couple of dilemmas here. Desmond is going to the restroom and then he wants to cry more. He really does. But he is got to start getting word out to family and friends that the wedding is off. Most of his family will be happy. For the record, he never even met Harley's parents. He doesn't have to have any type of conversation with them, but I am going to have him cry out and sleep because he's got so many sad bubs. Told the truth, at least. Of course, Desmond tried to word it better than say, hey, honey, how are you? By the way, I got another son pregnant. The result is the same. There was no way the news would be taken well. He wants to chat with Michelle. He's gonna call her first because he's got something very important to tell her. He's going to send a text to his best friend Jai. He's just notifying everybody who's been at these events, but he's gonna call his father. Desmond is telling Michelle, I broke up with Harley. There's no more wedding. And Michelle has trust issues with Desmond at this point because he was supposed to have broken it off before she even knew she was pregnant. But Desmond is saying, Michelle, baby, I've got a big surprise for you. I'm going to get ready to sell the hotel. I've gotten us a place. I'm not asking you to forgive me yet or be with me, but I want us to move in together. I want us to try to come to terms with this pregnancy together. I want to help you throughout this pregnancy and I want to help raise my children. And Michelle is like, is that a good idea, Desmond? You can hear her. She's like, is it a good idea to move in together if we don't have anything? I want a full family, but I just don't trust you right now. And Desmond's like, baby, let me show you the dream. Let me sell the hotel. Let me build your dream, our dream together. At this point, Michelle doesn't feel like she has anything to lose. Trusting him is going to be hard again to even say this is what he's going to do. She feels like that has to be a big move for him. She feels like she has to at least meet him there. Now, Desmond has one more call to make, and in a way, this is even harder than talking to Harley or Michelle. He's got to call his dad. Now, his dad is so supportive. The reason this call is hard because Desmond feels like he has failed his father. He feels like he knows that his dad raised him to be a certain type of man, and it wasn't the type that would cheat and even think they had two sons pregnant at once. But his dad is going to tell him that was wrong, but to give himself some grace. So with that, Desmond is going to go to bed and we'll be right back. Michelle has packed up the little bit that really means something to her. She has decided to step out on faith and to trust Desmond. You know, it's going to be a hard road for her, but finally she is wanting to have her baby. She can't wait. Oh, Jai's back here. She cannot wait to find out what that baby will be. She is finally happy. She's going to trust Desmond. She is going to move in with him and she'll figure out the rest as it comes. But for someone who didn't think they would ever have children, just to know that she has a baby on the way is enough for her right now. And she's going to take this as the blessing that it is. And this is where we're going to leave the episode. So what you will see next is Desmond meant it when he said that he's going to sell the hotel and build Michelle's dream home. So we are going to try to get Desmond to his 5-star property owner aspiration. He is going to maybe lease out parts of the hotel for now. Even his suite would be a 5-star suite once he moves out, because we are on a Whims journey and we do want Desmond to make that 5-star property owner goal. Michelle is on the big happy family aspiration, so we just have to wait, and her goals will come in time. But I hope you enjoyed this episode. You will see a build from me next for this series, and I can't wait for you to see the dream home that Desmond builds for Michelle. It's Wendy again in Chestnut Ridge. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and until next time, remember, keep simming, be happy, and always have a blessed day. Bye bye.